Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alright, we're live. And as you guys can tell by the channel thumbnail, today I'm going to be working on game logic in Unreal Engine 5, more specifically summoning logic in Unreal Engine 5 using C++. I didn't go over this yesterday or last stream where I did like work on adding character movement, but I did not have time to like move on and summon objects. So today I'm going to go ahead and do that. With that said, let's go to my gameplay screen. And guys, ignore me if I'm like completely exhausted. I just barely got sleep yesterday, and I just came from college today. Okay, this is the previous chat. Okay, that's it. So let me think. What was I just gonna do? I kind of forgot. Okay, so basically, I wanted to share you guys a reference as to the project that I made before that was really working where I summoned. I gotta work on a few syntaxes here, but I think that should be about it, honestly. Hello, have you tried VLang already? I can't wait. Honestly, many of you, like, when I say many, I mean actually so many of you guys asked me if I tried VLang. I actually did not try that yet because I'm working on C++ using Unreal Engine. But eventually, I might have a series actually trying that because, like, so many of you guys are asking for it. Okay, that's it. Let me go ahead and I'm opening my Unreal Engine through my Visual Studio here. Okay, let's see. So wait, is it even opening? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, I mean, I could just go ahead and manually open it as well. That's did I forget to get my phone or something? I guess I won't be checking my light counts today. There we go. Okay, so the Visual Studio is here. Please try it. Honestly, after a series, I might actually have a mini series or like a tiny series that actually tries VLang because many of you guys have been actually telling me to try it. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Okay, let's just go ahead and click this. There we go. So this is technically the project that I worked on, let's say a while ago, where I have all these things compiled. If I go to something like content, double click my map, I open a map, and in this project, when I run the code, this is one of my characters that can move around, and if I click C, I go ahead and I summon a, let's say, character, and I can go ahead and just summon as many as I want, if that makes any sense. So yeah, basically this is the kind of logic that I'm going to be working on this stream. Okay, because I did not have time to work on this off screen, guys. Okay, and guys, one thing that's kind of annoying is they like got some kind of collision to them, so I might have trapped myself here. It is kind of fun to play with this though, but if you guys actually kind of notice, they are like kind of static. I want them to be, let's say, movable. I want them to do something when I summon them. Okay, that said, I'm gonna go ahead and read the code real quick here, and then I'm gonna work on it in the code that I worked on last year. That makes any sense, because I did not have much practice in like summoning objects. Like, I need some practice for that. Okay, that's it. Let's see the new content here. So I create my basic actions, I create RMB actions. Now here's something new. I needed two more U properties. One U property for my physical look for summoned objects. So in U property, I want my summoned objects' physical look to firstly, I want to be able to edit that anywhere. Next up, I want it to be blueprint read only. Lastly, I want my category to be inputs. Okay, I see. And then, okay, I used to get so confused when this T of subclass, whenever we had to like use this stuff. Basically, what this means is, I created a summoned objects' actor class, and this is basically, is this my actor? I think it is. So there we go. So this is my actor class. This is the object that I will be summoning. In the other hand, this is my character class's header files where I'm going to go ahead and perform a specific action that is going to summon my object. Okay, practice channel ever came up. Practice channel? Do you guys mean like me making tutorial videos? I mean, I eventually do want to make, guys. I cannot tell you guys, like, once my college is over, I'm gonna like flood my channel with like all sorts of tutorial videos, because I feel like eventually when I move on to something else and I want to come back to Unreal Engine, I might have to rewatch them. Okay, speaking of which, I use a D subclass of this template. Inside this template, I store what actor do I want to summon. In this case, I want to go ahead and summon this actor. Okay, and then I just give it a name. This is my object to summon. I want to summon this object. Okay, so whenever I want, I wouldn't have to like get the entire actor's attributes again. I can just like pop this actor from inside my template here. And then I create a summoning action. This is a basic input action. Okay, and then after that, excuse me guys, I create a summon function. That's actually about it. It wasn't that hard. And now the declaration wasn't that hard. Let's go to the definition, which is my C++ file. In the definition, let's see what all I did. Firstly, I included my summoned objects as header files. I mean, of course, we're going to be needing that. And then in my constructor, there was nothing new. In my begin play, there was nothing new. My RMB functions, nothing new. Okay. Okay. And in my move function, there's basically nothing new. Look function, nothing new. And guys, if I say it's nothing new, because I did go over this last stream, so you guys could like check that out if you guys want to work on the character movement using enhanced inputs and key controls. Okay, and then there we go. So this is my summoning functions as content. For my summoning function, first I get access to my summoning function from my A Necromancer's header files, and then I define it. To define it, first I get a charter. If you guys don't know what a charter is, basically like a king's approval. In this case, the king is the Unreal Engine. From my Unreal Engine's world, I want to get my world. So now my world's pointer here has permission of my entire Unreal Engine's level. And then I add a if statement that checks if my world is equal to object to summon. So if my world is true, if I have permission to actually do different changes of my world, and I have permission to get the world, and also I have an object to summon with me, which is basically this right here. If I did not add any parameters here, then later on I would get an error because I technically don't have any object to summon. For now, I want to summon this actor, which is the class that I created here. Okay, so if world is set to true, if I have an object to summon, then I want to go ahead and get a spawn location. And noticing that f vector is basically considered a 3D vector, because if you wanted like 2-dimensional, we go with f vector 2D. So f vector is basically a 3D vector which is going to be represented by a spawn locations as local variable that is equal to my get actor. Okay, get actor location. And hold up guys, let me just go ahead and get my OBS up here real quick. Oh, now there we go. Let me just go here. Is there like a third person preview type stuff? Alright guys, give me a quick little second here. Okay, I guess this should be pretty good. Let me go ahead and open my other chat there, because I usually prefer like having my chats up here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and decrease my OBS. Hold on guys, let me just go ahead and firstly, I forgot to wait. Hold on guys, I forgot to do so many things because I was in a rush today. Let me go ahead and mention people on my Discord that I'm actually live, because I usually do that or you guys don't really know that I'm going live. Okay, that's it. Let's go. Let's just click any live, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let's say copy the link. Alright guys, give me a quick little second. Let me just go ahead, do that, go ahead and exit that. Let's go ahead and share, copy the link. Okay, now, and guys, if you guys, whatchamacallit, don't know where to get my Discord server, it's like in my bio, you guys can like type exclamation Discord on chat to get access to it. Okay, let's go with something like everyone. Okay, be live, exclamation. I think I spelled live wrong. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and exit Discord. Now, let me decrease the length of my chat so I have a bit more control over this thing, because I just have 2 monitors. Okay, let's just go ahead and get this up there. Okay, that's a pretty small place. Then I'm gonna go ahead and extend it just so it's like big enough for me to be able to see the chats. Okay, give me a sec guys, hold up. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my OBS from there. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink the size of my OBS as well. Okay, let's go ahead and just shrink it from here. Wait, is this really as small as it gets? I really didn't know this was as small as it gets. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll just keep this somewhere right here. Okay, maybe somewhere right here. But I keep my OBS, guys. I think... Okay, you know what? I think I'll work on this later. Let me just get my chat back up here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my second chat, get it all the way up there, and then maybe extend it from the bottom. Guys, I should have done this before streaming, but I just came from college and I was done eating, so I just have like time to get this done right now. Okay, I mean, I think that's good, perfect. Alright, so where was I? Technically, what I gotta do is I created a local variable for my f vectors. So now my spawn location has access to x, y, and z axes. I set that equal to get actor location. I get which way my actor is facing. And then I add that by my get actor forward vector, which is where's my actor's nose facing. And guys, when I said check which way my actor is facing by the get actor location, that was kind of wrong. Returns the location of the root component of the actor. I see. So where my actor's root component is, that makes any sense, because in like example of plants where the plant's root is kept, that's where the plant is going to be located. And guys, if I can't phrase properly, it is because like I'm really sleepy. What I've been doing is surviving on some coffee. Okay, do you guys like to drink caramel coffee? Okay, let me just go ahead and chug this real quick. I think some caffeine in my system would actually be kind of good. Okay, that's it. Next up, I go ahead and I created an F rotator, which is going to be represented by a local variable called something like spawn rotation that is going to be set to get actor rotation. I get my actors as rotation. And guys, it's actor and not a character because I want to spawn actors. Speaking of which, I'm going to go with something like create object. This is where we can actually see the object that I want to create. I can actually display it on my window. So I go with world, my permission to get my world from my Unreal this world. Then I use the spawn actors as template. This template consists of, let's say, a parameter of my actors as class, which is summoned actor. And then I go with object to summon, which is going to be my this object. Where do I want it to spawn? It's going to be my spawn location and a spawn rotation. I see. And then this is like trivial, like a G engine. When I spawn my object, I want my screen to actually show me that I spawned an object. Else your summon had failed, full, in case my summon has failed, or I ran out of summons. Okay, and then lastly, everything else is easy, I guess. Okay, this wasn't that hard. The only thing that might be a bit tricky is getting this thing and like my Unreal Engines is let's go all the way up here. There we go. My Unreal Engines is settings. So I'm gonna work a little on the settings. For my settings, what I basically did here was created a blueprint class. Okay, and then did I search for something? Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure I went for something like collision, didn't I? So let's scroll all the way down here. Maybe not. Let's go with something like collision. I don't think I needed collision, did I? I don't think so. Okay, I mean if something messed up writing the code, I'll just like get some help here. Okay, but so far as I see it, it's kind of easy. I get my spawn location, which is my get actor location, plus get actor forward vector. Okay, and then a spawn rotation. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and let's say open my other file, and if I ever need help, I'll come back. Let's just go with Control A, Control C. And I'm just curious, did I get Gemini by this window? Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter, say something like Sensei. I'm just pasting this code here in case I needed to see the reference. If you want, you can write it so it's much easier for me to see it rather than seeing it as a text. And guys, this is a very old chat. That's the reason I'm like being so detailed to like Gemini here. Okay, let's see. So okay, there we go. Basic source code. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and let's say exit this. Let's exit this. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and exit my Unreal Engine as well. Okay, let's go and exit my Unreal Engine. Now I'm gonna open my Visual Studio. Let's open the Visual Studio. Okay, and I'm gonna go to my SummonX project. This is the project that I worked on yesterday, but I couldn't complete it because I did have to go that stuff. And guys, my exam is like next week, so it's kind of exciting, but like intimidating at the same time. Okay, now let's go ahead and run my code. And the reason I actually run my code through my Visual Studio is because when my Unreal Engine opens, I will be having my classes, because sometimes if I just open my Unreal Engine without running it through Visual Studio, I don't see my classes. Okay, let's just go ahead and get this here. There we go. All right, I think that should be good. I think that should be good. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this up. Get this there. There. Okay, let's go ahead and extend the size now. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and okay, yes, remember my choice. I'm going to load all my assets in. And then let's go to my content drawer. Did I not save my map? Okay, there is no way I did not, right? I made sure to save everything. There we go. Okay, for a sec, I was like, there's no way I did not save my map. Okay, so this is basically progress that I've done so far, like the last stream. I can go ahead and move around using key controls, and I can even turn and all that stuff. I added my right mouse button logic as well, that only when I click my right mouse button is when I can turn around, up, down, and all that stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my summoning logic. And guys, I wonder where Kalsmanir and Nobro Studio are today, because they usually just join the stream and I'm writing like movement logic. That's actually kind of funny though. I wonder if I should like mention them on my Discord server or something. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and shrink this a bit down. There we go. Okay, now technically, the thing that I've got to do is firstly, I'm going to go ahead and open my Unreal Engine. And I forgot to actually check the content that goes inside of my actor in this class, but it actually doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and exit my move, my I underscore RMB, and my look function. Now let's go to edit. Okay, wait, I'm gonna go to map, I'm gonna go to tools, and let's say I wanna go ahead and create a new C++ actor class. I'm gonna go ahead and name him something like, I don't really have a skeleton mesh. It's such a shame, guys. This Tuesday, in case you guys chose me to work on Blender, because Tuesday I work on stuff that is not related to programming. In case you guys did pick Blender, I will be working on making meshes, and hopefully I can make a skeleton, because summoning a skeleton would be kind of cool. Okay, let's go with something like skeleton. I'm pretty sure the name is taken. There we go. I might go with something like minion. Okay, I'm then gonna go ahead and let's say create a class. Now it's adding my class to the project, so let's wait for that. Okay, let's see. Guys, let me just check if I got any chats or if my chat kind of messed up. There we go. Okay, for a sec I was like, my chat is kind of messed up. Okay, let's just go ahead and even this out real quick. There we go. Okay, I think like one of you guys should like actually try to save chat so I really know that it's working after I change some things here. Okay, that's it. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and reload all here. Now, inside my actors' class, there are a few things that I'm going to be needing. The first thing could be, let's say, a static mesh for my actor, because I want my actor to be displayed on my, whatchamacallit, on my, I can't phrase it, what was it called? I forgot. On my engine or on my editor. On my Unreal Engine's editor. Okay, there we go. Let's just go and get that back here. Get that back here. Okay, my chat keeps messing up here. Let me go a bit higher. There. Okay, now to do that, firstly, I'm going to go to my minions' header files and let's say declare a few empty classes. The first class that I'm going to go ahead and declare is, let's say, going to be something like my hue static mesh component. Let's go with hue static mesh component .h, which is basically my static mesh component. I'm going to end that with a semicolon. And guys, ignoring .h, this is not header files. And then what else would I need for my actor? I think the only thing that I might need is a static mesh. If I need something else, I'll add that later on. Okay, this is use static mesh component. Why is there a red underline here? Hopefully it's my editor. Hopefully it's my editor. Okay, maybe I'm going to just go ahead and end this with a semicolon. There we go. It should be correct. Now, once I'm done with this, the next thing I might need is to go under my protected data members. Under my protected data members, let's say I'm gonna go ahead and publicalize everything because I need access to this on my other class as well. Hold up, guys, let me just go ahead and public everything. Let's go with something like public. What? Okay, there we go. There is no way I wrote it all in cap 3 times in a row. Speaking of which, now to public it, firstly, what I would need to do is, let's say, create a uProperty. uProperty is honestly very, very important in my opinion because this helps us like actually make stuff display in our details panel. You guys could potentially do this without adding code as well, but I prefer doing it using adding code. For my static mesh, firstly, I want it to be visible anywhere. Disibleanywhere. And I want it to be blueprint read only. Let's go with something like blueprint read only. Here's the thing, since this is a static mesh, do I want to categorize it or organize it in a category? I don't really think so because it's literally just a static mesh and nothing else. I won't really categorize it somewhere. Although, however, I'm going to go ahead and let's say create a pointer which is going to be represented by my uStaticMeshes class here. I'm going to go ahead and call this something like static mesh. There we go. And then I end this with a semicolon. Once I'm done with that, is there anything else that I might need for my static mesh? Really can't think of, so I'm going to hit Control-S to save the code and move on to my C++ file. In my C++ file, the empty class that I declared here is the class that I'm going to go ahead and define here using a header file. So I'm going to go ahead and include, let's say, something from my component. So I'm going to go with something like component. I'm going to go with component / my static mesh component. There we go. .h. Now, basically, I could have just included my header file here. I wouldn't have to create a class. But technically, the header files are only meant to declare stuff. So empty class, empty everything. Because firstly, when my compiler runs, it goes through all my header files. The more content, the longer it takes to compile. So if all my classes are empty, I say my compiler that, hey, all these classes are empty, so don't worry about them. I'm going to use them later on, which I will be using inside my C++. That's the reason people say like the header file is used to declare stuff and then we define everything we declared in our C++ file. Okay guys, I think that was like way too much chatter. Now, once I'm done with that, let's say I want to go ahead and display my actor on my window. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and let's say create something in my constructor. We construct stuff to actually literally construct it inside our Unreal Engine. I want to construct a static mesh, so I'm going to create a default sub-object. Okay, so let's go with something like my static mesh is going to be equal to, I'm going to go with something like, I'm going to go ahead and create a default sub-object, okay, with a prof ankle braces. And now my default sub-object is going to be requiring a parameter of what component do I want to literally spawn inside of my Unreal Engine constructed. In this case, it's going to be my uStatic mesh component. And guys, did y'all realize something? The uStatic mesh component is exactly the name that I used here. This was a class that I created, that I declared. This is empty. The reason I use this exact name here and no other name is because when I go ahead and include my static mesh component, it literally has a class called uStatic mesh component. So you guys see the link between the two of them, one empty just to save my header, just for my header file to know that this exists, and one with actual content in it. Okay, that's it. Now, what do I want to call my static mesh inside my details panel in my Unreal Engine? Let's say I want to call it something like static mesh. I don't really know what to call it. Let's go with something like static mesh. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and display semicolon. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and let's say attach a root component to my static mesh. So I'm going to go with something like root component, okay, is going to be equal to my static mesh, static mesh. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit with a semicolon. Static mesh done. Create a root component from my static mesh. I don't need camera or anything. So I guess we're just going to go inside our begin play. Do I need something in my begin play? Let's think. When I need a summon function, so what is something that I might need when I want to summon? Maybe the thing that I might firstly need is some water, because I need my brain to be hydrated in order for it to work. For a second, I thought that I was muted. I'm just like looking at my OBS from here and I was like, wait, am I muted? But I was like, never mind. There we go, guys. All I need was some hydration and caffeine. Okay, so static mesh. So I need a static mesh. I want to just display a thing. So do I need any kind of functions for displaying something? I would need a summon function, which is going to be inside of my character here. So I don't think there's anything else. I think that's like right about it. So I'm going to go to my character now. In my character's header files, I'm going to go ahead and let's say declare a few other things. I have all the way up to my RMB action. But I want to go ahead and let's say store. I don't know what else to call this. I'm going to go with something like store physical body. Store physical body of actor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and store the physical body of my minions as actor that I created. That I'm going to later on go ahead and display on my Unreal Engine as well using a key control. To do that, let's say I'm going to go ahead and create a uProperty. I'm going to go with something like uProperty, where I want my uProperty to be edit anywhere. I want to be able to edit my physical attributes anywhere. I want it to be blueprint read only. I'm going to go with blueprint read only. Only my blueprint I want it to read. Do I want to categorize it? I mean, I think categorizing it would be important. Alright guys, I just got something that says this page is having problems. Let me just refresh my YouTube studio. There we go. Okay, and then what category should I go ahead and do? Give me a few name recommendations, guys. Okay, maybe I might go with something like, okay, so it's physical body. Should I go with something like actor or actor stats? Physical body comes in under actor components. I might go with something like actor or summon actor. I'll go with something like summoning. Summoning is pretty good. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add summoning because this is literally something that I'm going to be summoning and there are going to be much more things maybe later on. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and store my minion's header files or my minion here. So I'm gonna go with something like t subclass of. I'm gonna go with something like t subclass of. There we go. Now, and I'm gonna use this template that actually requires a prof ankle braces inside my prof ankle braces. First, I want to go with interlessons because I think I got to spell it wrong. Did I? There we go. Okay, the off must be capitalized. Okay, now will I need any kind of parameters in here? I will be needing the object parameter or my actor that I'm actually willing to summon or that I want to summon, which in this case it's going to be my aim minion. There we go. Okay, and then is there anything else that I need? Let's see. M-I-N. Hold up, guys, my screen is way too away. How do you spell that? Okay, so it's M-I-N-I-O-N. Okay, so it's M-I-N-I-O-N. Okay, the reason I can't use it is because I gotta go ahead and include my minion. Hold up, guys, let's go with something like hashtag include minion.h. My minion says header files. Now I should be able to use it. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and call this something like summoning S-U-M-M-O-N-I-N-G summoning object. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and summon this object. Should I go with something like summon object? I think I could go with summon object. Hold up, guys, let's go with something like summon object. There we go. Okay, and then let's go ahead and end this with semicolon. And hold up, guys, let me check if there's background noise going. Or maybe not. I guess I was just hearing things out. Let's go ahead and get this back up here. There we go. Okay, now why do I have a purple underline here? Okay, let's see. Found boolean when expecting ends type declaration. This is supposed to be boolean, isn't it? Because if I were to go ahead and yeah, I think it's my editor, guys. My editor usually makes a mistake for some reason. Okay, hi bro, great. How you doing, Goblin Slayer? Appreciate you joining the stream. Honestly, saying Goblin Slayer, I remember an anime. I think like someone actually recommended it to me, but I did not really watch it. Although, let's see. Let's see. So I'm gonna go with something like store physical body, and then once I'm done with my storing, once I'm done with storing my physical body, I'm gonna add another comment that says something like summon action. This is gonna be my summon action where if I click a certain button, I want to go ahead and initiate or like invoke a function that really summons something that I tell it to summon. In this case, my minion actor. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna go ahead and add a property. Okay, where I want to be able to ERPRTY, there we go. Where I want my summon action to be able, I want to be able to edit it anywhere. I want my summon action to be blueprint read only. I only want my blueprint to be able to read my summon action, not really edit it. Lastly, I want my category to be equal to something like input, because technically my summon action is considered an input. Okay, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and create a input action. Okay, just like all the other input actions that I created, call this something like summon action. Okay, then I just end this with a semicolon. Bro, what year are you in? Honestly, I am like a freshman in college. Although I'm taking like a basic programming course in which I'm learning like Python. It actually is kind of tricky in this case because for my streams I'm learning C++ and Unreal Engine, but then I gotta learn Python as well, so I gotta do them simultaneously for some reason. That's kind of annoying, guys. But I feel like I did like have like a Python for 100 series, so I have a basic knowledge, a pretty good brush up if I do say so myself, guys. Okay, that's it. Now for my functions, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say create a white function, which is let's say gonna go ahead and have a function called something like summon with a parentheses ending with a semicolon. And in my opinion, I think this is everything that I needed for the declarations. And now I'm going to go ahead and define everything I declared in my header files. For example, let's see. I wouldn't have to include my header. Wait, did I by any chance? Okay, I did not add a constructor there. There we go. Okay, I think it's good. Okay, so after I'm done with my move function and my look function, I'm going to go ahead and add another comment that says something like summon function. Let's go with something like summon function. Okay, now for my summon function, I'm gonna, if you don't mind asking, what is your college tier? I'd say it's a pretty good college actually. By tier, do you mean like rating it as it's good or like my college name type stuff? Because I don't think I could give my college's name. That would be like just, whatchamacallit, doxing my actual location out. Okay, I mean honestly because I do live pretty close to my college. That's it, let's go with something like summon function. For my summon function, I'm gonna go with something like void. I'm gonna go with a necromancer. Okay, so from my necromancer's, let's say, character, I'm gonna go ahead and get access of, let's say, my summon function. Okay, now this is the newer part. This is where I gotta actually pay attention. So what is something that I might need from a need when I want to summon an actor? I might need my actor's current location. Okay, just so I'm kind of sure, I want to actually check my reference out because this is the part that I worked on like 4 days ago and then did not have time to work on it ever again. Okay, firstly, I get my charter. I want to... Okay, wait, let me actually say it's Gemini. Sensei, maybe can you write that same exact code again, but this time with comments, so I know what part does what, question mark. Okay, let's see, because I feel like comments is like pretty helpful. There we go. Okay, so firstly, I include my summon header files. We must include this to know what summon object is. I see. Okay, that's kind of self-explanatory. That said, step 1, camera setup, blah blah. Okay, all that stuff. There we go here. So now, for my A necromancer's summon, check if the world exists so we don't crash. So this is to check if my world exists and not get a charter. Check if the world exists. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and check if my world exists. Whoops, I'm gonna go down here. There we go. I'm gonna add a comment that says something like check if the world exists. To do that, I'm gonna go ahead and add my U world, which is going to be represented by a pointer called something like world. That is going to be equal to my get worlds function with a pair of parentheses ending with a semicolon. Okay, and then my world is going to be like uppercase W. Okay, and then once I'm done with this, what was the next thing that I gotta do? Let's see. After that, safety check. Does the world exist and did we actually pick up a blueprint in the editor? Okay, so object to summon is going to basically be a blueprint that I'm later on going to create in my Unreal Engine. For the time being, I check if my world exists and if my object to summon is actually stored inside of my template. I do something. Okay, this is the math part. Finally spot 300 units in front of the necromancer's face. So I go with something like F vector, spawn location, get actor location, get actor forward vector. So my spawn location is going to be my get actor's location. Now wherever my actor is located at, I increase that spot by where my actor is facing and 300 centimeters in front of my actor. Okay, and then a F rotator, spawn rotation, get actor rotation. Okay, let's do that first. So I'm gonna go with something like a comment, and guys, these comments aren't that necessary anymore. SAFETY, safety check. I'm just writing this for the time being, so I want to like study this code as well once I'm done with it. Okay, so for my safety check, I'm gonna add an if statement to check something like world, if my world is there, and I'm gonna go with something like if, let's scroll all the way here, summon object, I'm gonna copy that, and if my summon object exists, then I'm gonna go ahead and do something. Firstly, I'm gonna do some math. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn, or actually get location, LOCATION, 300 centimeters away from the actor, or from the character. Let's go with from the character's face. Okay, so basically what this means is, firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and create a F vector. This is a 3-dimensional vector, which is in turn going to be represented by, let's say, let me think. I might go with something like spawn location. I want my actor to spawn 300 centimeters away from my character. Now, where I want my actor to spawn is where I'm going to go ahead and do my math. My spawn location is going to be where my actor is located. I'm going to go with something like get actor location. There we go. This is where my actor is located at, but I don't want to spawn my actor right in front of my character. When I said actor, I meant character, guys. This is my character in C++. Wherever my character is located at, I want to summon my object. Let's firstly get my actor. So I'm going to go with get actor forward vector. This is where my actor is facing. where my actor is located and where my actor is facing, I want to go ahead and summon my object 300 centimeters away from that location. Guys, I mean, I think even though I made it sound a bit tricky, I think I did my best. I think it actually makes sense for once. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a rotator, which again is going to be something like spawn rotation. This is going to be in charge of looking if my actor or my character in this case is looking upwards diagonally. It's going to spawn upwards, it's going to spawn in diagonal, actor and all that stuff. Okay, for this I'm going to go with something like get actor rotation. And that's right about it. I'm going to end this with a semicolon. Now let's go ahead and open my reference again. And the reason I am looking at reference is because I haven't written this code that much. And now next up, the command create the actor in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and create a actor in my world. So I'm going to go ahead and check if I'm going to use my world as pointer, which points towards spawn actor. I want to spawn this actor. This is my object to spawn, which is technically my summon object, where I want it to spawn and where I want it to face. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add a comment here. Let's go with something like a comment that says something like spawn actor into level. Okay, to do that, I'm firstly going to go ahead and take my worlds as pointer, use an arrow mark operator to point it towards a spawn actors as function. I want to spawn an actor. By function, I meant template, guys. Now, my template is going to, let's say, consist of, what does my template have? Okay, what should my template consist of? Okay, I'm gonna go with my A minion, which is gonna be the actor that I want to summon. Okay, and then once I get my spawn actor, I want to spawn this actor. I'm gonna add a prof parentheses to invoke this function. Inside the prof parentheses, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say give my object to summon, which is gonna be my summon object. Summon object. Okay, which way do I want my object to face? Let's go with something like spawn location. By which way I meant where do I want it to face. And guys, if I can't talk / phrase properly right now, it's because I did not get enough sleep yesterday. Okay, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of free on the weekends. I'm gonna get a lot of sleep tomorrow. Okay, how are you doing? Thielman or Telemancho? Is that how I pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to go with spawn rotation, which I want my actor to face. There we go. And then let's end this with a semicolon. Now, once I'm done, okay, this was pretty easy, guys. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to add another comment. I want to add a comment for this, but this is going to be a G engine. I'm going to go ahead and add on screen. I'm going to go ahead and add on screen a debug message. Let's go with debug message. Okay, Harding Longster, appreciate you joining the stream. Is this live? I mean, yeah, it is like live. Because there are like people who usually ask me if like this is live or is it pre-recorded. Guys, it's actually live because I read the chats on. That's it. Add on screen debug message. And guys, I am pretty dead. I mean, by dead, I don't mean like literally, I mean figuratively. Because I need to show... Okay, honestly, let's see. Let's just go up here. Okay, I'm gonna go with G engine add on screen debug message. I think it's correct to be honest. Okay, add on screen debug message. G engine. Okay, I mean, let's go ahead and just remove this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and use IntelliSense, go with something like add on screen debug message. There we go. Okay, I think it's just my editor at this point. So first I'm going to need a key. I'm going to go with something like 1. Maybe -1 because I want it to kind of disappear as well. For how many seconds do I want my text to be displayed on my window once my character spawns? I'm going to go with something like 2 seconds, 2.0. I could just go with 2 points. Okay, and then I'm going to go with something like what color do I want my text to be? So I'm going to use the F color as a structure, which is going to be using a scope resolution operator to point towards maybe a black color. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a third parameter of a text that I want to go ahead and display on my window. My text is going to be actor spawned. And later I might add a timer as well. Definitely not this stream though. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and end this with a semicolon. Here's the thing. I could add an else clause, but I will not. Because actually it's not that hard. I might just add it. Wait, why did I not add space? Let's go with actor sponge. Now I'm going to copy my G engine from here. I'm going to go outside my if statement and add an else clause. My else clause. Alright guys, let me just go with something like else. There we go. I'm going to paste this and say something like actor and not sponge. What are you doing? I'm actually working on the spawning logic of my actor because I want to go ahead and now summon actors while I click a certain button on my keyboard, if that makes any sense. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is bind my action. In order to bind my action, I can just go ahead and bind it. I thought I needed to create something in my Unreal Engine first. I'm going to do that as well, but first I'm going to bind it. Let's go with something like bind action. Now to bind my action, I'm going to go with enhance input component that points towards my bind actions is function. That requires, let's say, a parameter of my action name, which is going to be my summon action. There we go. Let's go with summon action. It's going to be requiring a e-trigger event. I'm going to go with e-trigger event of, let's say, started when I click my button and actor spawns. Okay, I'm going to be applying my summon action on this object and do what this function tells me to do. Do what my necromancer's class tells me to do. What up guys, I'm kind of awful at typing right now. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be called my summon function. And in case I do sound a bit funny right now, it's maybe because I've been drinking a lot of coffee. Okay, let's see. And guys, I should work on making a lot of meshes this Tuesday. I say that every Tuesday, but I'm not that good with Blender, to be honest. Definitely let me know if you guys have any recommendations as to what meshes I should make so I could watch a few tutorials before I start the stream. Okay, that's it. Now let's hit control to save the code. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and open my Unreal Engine here. In my Unreal Engine, I'm going to go to my content drawer, maybe process settings. Okay, I'm going to open my content drawer. Inside that, I'm going to double click my input. In my input, I'm going to go ahead and let's say add a input action. I'm going to go with something like input action. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and call this something like IA_summon. This is going to be my summoning action. Then I'm going to go ahead and double click my summoning action, where I'm going to go ahead and let this be digital boolean, although I'm going to go ahead and go to my IMC default, add a mapping. In my mapping, I'm going to go ahead and set this to be something like C. Every time I click C, I want my summoning action to be executed. There. Okay, now that's about it. What if I hit something like Control Alt F11 to compile my code? Okay, wait. Once I compile it, I'm going to do a few more things, and I think that'll probably be it. Okay, let's just go ahead and extend this. Let me check if my chat's going good. Let's just go ahead and extend that as well. There we go. Okay, let me just go ahead and drag that all the way there. Drag this here, get that there. There we go. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to my, let's say, editor here. I'm gonna go close to my necromancer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let's say click my necromancer. I'm gonna go to input. Okay, because I might have a few inputs here. Did I spell it wrong, guys? My screen is kept way too far. There we go. Wait, how am I messing my spellings up this much? There we go. Now in my input, I have a summon action here. Let's go ahead and put this to be something like IA_summon. And then priority 0. There we go. Everything kind of done there. Here's a tiny bitty thing. If I were to go to something like summoning, I should be seeing a summon object. There we go. This is going to be my minion. Okay, that's about it. Now, let's go ahead and compile the code again. I'm going to go with something like live compile. Whoops. Let's exit that. Go out of here. I'm going to go ahead and live compile real quick. There. Okay, let's wait for this to compile. Okay, it says result succeeded. Going to go ahead and exit that. Now, if I were to go ahead and... wait, before I actually run the code, I'm going to go to my C/C++ class and go to my summon X. Right-click my minion. Create a blueprint class. I'm going to call it something like BP_minion. BP stands for blueprint. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a class here. And then let's see. So I have a static mesh. PP. There we go. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go with something like maybe Lisa, or should I go with like my Niji Kwang's mess? By mess, I meant mesh, guys. Okay, let's just go ahead and compile this. Was there anything else that I need? I can't think of anything else though. Let's run the code. I can turn around if I hit C. Actor spawned. It says actor spawned, but I don't really see my actor. So let's see. What was something else that I had to do in my blueprints class? I know there was something that I had to do, which might be to display something. Hold up, guys. Okay, collision, material, summon, generate overlap. But okay, I guess I'm getting Gemini in from here because this is like somewhat a new part now. Okay, let's just go ahead. Where did I keep my Gemini? There we go. Okay, let's say something like Sensei, I am done with the program, and although my actor does, let's go with something like does not summon when I click C, but it says summon actor. Did I need to do something in my actors BP question mark? I think that I did, but I forgot what, because this was like 4 days ago. I did not touch this topic in like 4 days now. Let's see. Stand tall, commander. If your screen says you have summoned Rejoice, but you still see nothing, the air is empty. You have successfully performed a ritual, but forgot the spirit, but forgot to provide a vessel. The soul without a body is a ghost. The body without a soul is a corpse. Proverb. If the debugging message appears in your C++ code, it is perfect. This logic is farming the C key. Okay, it's saying the C key is working and the world is trying to spawn the actor. The problem is 100% inside your summon object blueprint. Bodybuilding, okay, checklist. Add the visual mesh. So mesh, open blueprint, look at the components. If you only see default scene root, your actor is invisible. Click add static mesh, assign a thing, enable physics, the gravity. With the static mesh components, select search, okay. The details panel, simulate physics. I gotta check my simulate physics and then ensure static mesh input components. Okay, well that's pretty much it. Okay, that was kind of this thing. I'm gonna click add. I'm gonna add a static mesh. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this real quick. You delete it by clicking X. Maybe just by resetting this. There we go. I'm gonna go to static mesh. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna type something like Lisa. Let's load in my mesh here. There we go. I think that's good. And then I'm gonna go with something like simulate physics. Simulate. Okay, simulate physics must be checked. Okay, and that's correct. I'm going to go ahead and compile this, run the code. Let's click C. Okay, I still don't see my actor. There was a third step that I did not actually do. Okay, does it have a new BP underscore object in the list? If yes, the actor exists. Okay, the actor exists, but if invisible or hidden, fix the mesh. If not, spawn failed, blah blah blah. Okay, let's say something like I added, let's go with something like I added a static mesh and also checked the simulate physics. It says the actor spawned, but it did not. Okay, should I drag my actor on my level question mark? Okay, should I have my actor on my level? No, don't drag your actor on the level. If you do that, you're just placing a static prop. Okay, summon Rejoice, the eyes on screen, it says spawn. This is where my actor is invisible, the outline proof. While the game is running, PIE, okay, player in game mode. Look at the world outliner. The list everything, okay. Do you see BP underscore summon object? If yes, click and press F on your mouse. Okay, with review port until will zoom in, you'll likely find 10,000 miles below the map stuff. Fix the hierarchy, look at BP underscore summon object components again. Static mesh is child of a default scene. Root. Root has the collision, blah blah. Okay, factor spawn. Okay, what are you going to? Okay, check those typos. It hurts the model. Does it actually? I might actually fix it. Isn't Claude better since Gemini 3 has been outplayed by Claude in Shadows XD? Okay, or so I heard. Actually, I did use Claude, but the thing is, Claude does not like roleplay. That like whatchamacallit, makes it a bit bland to learn this stuff. I'd use Chat GPT, but I've heard Claude is better than Gemini. That actually does make sense. Claude is really good. I do like have my Claude's chat up here. There we go. I do like have my Claude's chat up here, but I mean, it's not like I can't use it. I might actually use my Claude though. Okay, and the reason I don't use ChatGPT is because ChatGPT does have a picture limit. Because sometimes when the program or like the code gets a bit hard to write, or like I don't understand a few settings in my Unreal Engine, I take a screenshot and send it to Gemini because there's like 100 picture limit per day. But ChatGPT is just like 3 picture because I do use the free versions. Okay, if you see objects, check the appear. So I gotta fix the hierarchy, so I'm gonna go here. Let's go to something like BP_summon. Okay, hierarchy. Static mesh. I do not see a root component. What if I delete the static mesh? Wait, isn't there an option to delete it? Can I delete this? Delete. Okay, and then can I delete this? I cannot delete this. So, which means I already have a static mesh, but I don't have a root component. Okay, let's go with ROT. Okay, wait, let me say something like, I have my static mesh, but not my root component. Why could that be? Let me go here. I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C, copy that. Wait, actually, I wanna go here. Minions is C++ file. Gonna go with Control A, Control C, copy that. Okay, that reminds me to cancel my Chat GPT now that my API limit's been upgraded. I see. Honestly, I've like never used Chat GPT Plus because the one time I used like my sister's, I feel like it does not like really give me that good of results unless I actually send pictures, or maybe I'm just kind of bad at prompting. I feel like the freer version is actually kind of good, to be honest. Let's let me go ahead and say something like paste this switch of interest, say something like sensei. I don't see my root component in my pp_minion. Okay, let's go with a bunch of spaces. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to my Unreal Engine. Let's go with Windows Shift S. Take a picture real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture. Okay, wait, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture from here. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine from. Actually, I'm gonna get Chat Gemini up here, and then let's go ahead and paste it and hit enter. Now, while it analyzes the image, let's see something else. Well, it's completely the same. The only difference is the limits on upgrade/downloads. That actually does make sense. Gemini does not have a limit. I mean, it has a limit, but after like a lot of images. Okay, that's this is exactly as I feared. You have the skeletal structure in C++, but you haven't properly crowned the king. You are properly crowned the king. Blah blah. Your problem: static mesh. Static mesh is sitting there, but it hasn't officially been replaced. The default root structure. Even their C++ code say root component equals static mesh. Sometimes the blueprint gets stubborn. It was created before. Okay, if it was created before that line was compiled, it was created after. BP_minion, so it actually exists in the world. The root reclamation. Follow these steps in your BP_minion. Okay, window right now. Drag and drop in the components panel. Okay. Top left, click and hold your static mesh component, drag it directly on top of the BP_minion. Okay, the current root at the very top. Unreal should ask if you want to make it the new root. Say yes. What up, guys? Don't I have my glasses? Haha, the way it talks to you, I'd love to see your meta prompts, guys. I feel like Gemini, like I got it like literally like type my prompt every single chat because there isn't like personalization like how Chat GPT has it. But I just basically say Gemini, or my general prompt is like to act like a sensei, because senseis technically talk like this type stuff. That's it. And I also give it the content that I want to cover. This is a really old chat though. Okay, the visual proof, look at your details panel. Your static mesh says none. Click it and press a mesh, add a cube, check the box. If you don't, the root component will just hang mocking you. Okay, in your code C++ root component, because you did this in the constructor, you should show automatically. But if it doesn't, close the editor, recompile from your IEE. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and open my Unreal Engine again. I'm firstly going to go ahead and compile, hit something like Control S, and be really careful, guys. Always save your work. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and exit this and then run the program again. Structure is these sensei sounds like a based Marcus. Honestly, it does make sense. It like say Gemini to like give me a few quotes as well. Did it say failed? It did say failed. Where did I fail? What up, guys? This actually might be the reason. Let me go to my minions.h. No errors here in my C++. No error here as well. Necromancer, no error here as well. Since I don't know where I messed up, I'm going to go ahead and build my solution. This is called debugging. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try debugging. Guys, it took me the longest time to understand what debugging really means. Okay, I think it's done. Okay. And guys, the thing that's so annoying is I barely got any sleep. Like, I actually see stuff so blurry right now. The thing that I've been surviving on is... Not been surviving on, but that has been giving me energy is like, this caramel coffee here. The best part is it has no sugar as well. So... Okay, did you also try simple copy-pasting the code into Gemini? Actually, I think I do sometimes copy-paste my code. There we go, guys. I think it was just my editor bugging. It just opened right now after like building my project. Okay, let's just go ahead and drink something real quick. Okay, do you guys like coffee or tea? I think I'm more of a tea person, but coffee gives me energy for some reason. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and let's say get this all the way up here. I should be able to see, let's go here. I'm gonna go to my content drawer firstly. Let's load my map then real quick. Now, I should honestly be able to see my blueprint minion. Know that this is the data type, blah blah. Open full blueprint editor. I'm gonna go to class settings, diff, and then there's compile, class settings. I'm gonna go with static mesh. Let's go with something like Lisa. This is gonna be my Lisa's mesh. And okay, that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and compile. Now let's run the code. If I were to hit something like C, it says actor spawn, but I can't really see my actor. The thing that might actually fix it is if I get my actual minion in my tab here. There we go. That is my actor with no specific static mesh to it. Now I'm going to hit Ctrl Alt F11 to compile my code real quick. And guys, I might just be streaming for an hour today because I feel like I'm kind of exhausted. I gotta like study for different classes. Okay, now let's try hitting something like C. It keeps saying actor spawn, but I don't really see my actor spawning. Okay, I think it's the caffeine. Actually, yeah, that does make sense, guys. I feel I'm more of a caffeine type guy. I actually see stuff so blurrily because I need to get my entire 8 hours. Been getting like 5 hours of sleep these days. I think I got like 6-ish hours yesterday. Okay, let's see. I might go all the way up here. Okay, so what is something that I needed here? This is the chat that I used like way before, like I think 4 days ago. So I gotta kind of just like scroll up. Okay, include necromancer. Did I mention something at the very end of the code that I usually do? I probably gave the code for all these lines. It says someone failed. Okay, none of these smoking guns. Look at the last image. Do you see it? The summon, it's I_summon. Okay, wait, let me go ahead and check everything up here real quick. What up, guys? Let's go all the way up here. I want to see the images. Okay, so the first image is in my BP_ summoned objects. This is my summon objects is BP. There I have a mesh component. That is my root component. I have a default screen root and a static mesh. Do I really need those 3 things? What does the second one say? The second one is in my class defaults. I go with something like summon. And I want to go with summoning action. That's something that I missed. Okay, before you continue, to let Gemini just confidently guess how to debug, copy and paste the code. Oh, I see. Okay, let's go Autopip again. Okay, let's open my Unreal Engine. I think that might be something that I kind of forgot to do. I'm gonna open my BP underscore minion. Why don't I see my the thing in the side here? I forgot what it's called. Maybe I kind of decrease the size up. Nope. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna go to my class defaults. Let's go with something like summoning. Nothing in my summoning. Okay, that is BP underscore minion. It should. I'm gonna go ahead and exit that. Okay, let's open my BP underscore minion again. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that from there. I'm gonna go to something like content. Okay, classes. Did I not create a C++ class? Okay, I guess I'm gonna go with something like BP underscore minion. There's already a class called BP underscore minion. I'll just go with something like BP underscore minion. There we go. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go with something like minion, and let's go with blueprint. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like blueprint. Okay, I wish I could increase my font, but then I am very far from my screen. There we go. With static mesh, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say add a static mesh here. Let's add a static mesh. Speaking of static meshes, hold up guys, let me go all the way up here real quick. There. So what else did I need? I had to create one for my necromancer too. Arrow component, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Okay, so use numbers, preferably dated. I see. Oh, okay, I see. I might actually do that. Okay, let's go up here real quick. Let's get my BP underscore minion right here. Now, in my blueprint, firstly, I'm going to add a static mesh. Let's add something to my static mesh. I'm going to go with something like my Lisa's mesh. There we go. And then that's about it. I'm going to go with something like simulate. Okay, let's go ahead and simulate physics, compile the code. And then I'm going to open my content drawer, right-click my necromancer, create a blueprint class as well. Instead of going with my necromancer, I'm going to go with something like BP underscore necromancer. Excuse me guys, then I'm going to go ahead and create a class. Now let's go to something like summon here. So I'm going to go with something like summon. And there we go, my summon object is going to be my BP underscore minion. My object that I want to summon is going to be IA underscore summon. I think that's about it, right? I'm going to go ahead and compile. Did I compile? Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and run the code. Hit C. Okay, I see nothing. I guess I'm going to go. Consistent naming will save you down the line. That actually does make so much sense, guys. Okay, wait, let me really go back up here real quick. I want to go to my input again. I'm going to go to necromancer. Let's type something like input. I want to see if it did save me actually adding this. Okay, it did kind of save. Okay, and then I guess I'm going to go ahead and see the other image that I had here, which is my image number 3. So I see that I had a summoning action and a object to summon up here, which I do not see right now for some reason. Is it because my object to summon was not added to a category? Okay, so let's check my object to summon. It was from a necromancer. Okay, so this is my physical body. I do not see an object to summon. It should be my T subclass off. I'm gonna go with control C. Okay, wait, maybe I'm gonna go back up here to this image, gonna right click. Okay, wait, hold up. I'm just gonna go a bit higher up here. So there we go. Okay, so this is my necromancer BP what to do. Okay, BP underscore necromancer immediately link what object to summon. Click the link the what object to summon. Find details is panel on the right side. Okay, see that drop down next to object to summon, it says none. Drop down next to object to summon. Where does it say object to summon with a drop down? Do you guys see like an object to summon, or can I not see it properly? Maybe I type object to summon. Okay, let's go to my Unreal Engine real quick. I'm gonna go to my necromancer here. Maybe I search something like summon object. This should be my object to summon. However, I don't see it here. Okay, why do I not see my TF subclass here, my object to summon? Is it because I have it in some other category? Let's go with something like summoning. There we go. Object to summon is going to be my minion. Okay, what if I go with BP underscore minion, my blueprints minion? This, I have faith on this one, guys. It might work. Let's go with control alt F11. It wasn't that bottom pop-up menu, was it? Okay, so it says results succeeded. I'm gonna go ahead and run the code. I'm kind of positive it's gonna work this time. It did not work. Wait, when I okay, wait, hold up, guys. I think I got it. Let's go with summoning again. Instead of going with BP underscore minion, I'm gonna go with blueprint minion. There we go. I had two different summons. I'm gonna go ahead and decrease the size. This is gonna work. I'm positive now. Control alt F11. Let's compile this real quick. Should that be an input? I have actually a summon object for my input, but I think I should have added that in input as well. It works. They kind of fall down. They kind of fall down like should I say? Okay, there's physics. They're like raining down. Okay, at least it works. Okay, I actually think I figured out how this thing works now. I can kind of push them away. Guys, is this kind of insane or what? There we go. Okay, I think I'm like able to do it on my own now because I think I understood the terminology behind it. There we go. It actually worked. I'm gonna go with something like Windows Shift S, take a pic. And guys, I might not really pull the stream for that long because I have like an exam next week. Let's go all the way up here. Okay, lol, that's still success. Let's go. But later on, I'm gonna go ahead and work on giving them abilities. Maybe next stream, I'm gonna be working with this project too, but this time giving them abilities. For example, I summon an object, I have a cooldown until my object does not die, or like I have a limit of like 2 objects that fights an NPC for me type stuff. And that might be kind of fun. Let's get Gemini up here real quick though. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this, go and say something like, say, it works, exclamation. Guys, I'm gonna sleep so nice. I mean, say, for so long tomorrow, like tonight. Okay, I've not been sleeping for the past 4 days properly. Okay, let's see. There we go. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. The courage to continue, that counts. Said by Winston Churchill. I see. Okay, Sensei signs off. Oh, I think. How did Gemini know I was gonna end the stream? Do they have like microphones or something, guys? You're ending the stream on a high note, guys. How did Gemini know I'm gonna end the stream? Okay, you went from someone failed to a floor covered in minions. That's the tragedy of a pro. The final message to the viewers: the ritual is complete. The code has taken the form. The master rest now. How did Gemini know, guys? Before you log off, your closing hygiene test must pass. Docs updated. Okay, read me at least. Get comments before you log off. Your closing hygiene. Okay, tests must pass. Docs updated. Git commands. Actually, I haven't learned how to use. I did like upload two of my codes, but I haven't learned how to license my stuff. Like actually, create a license that says this code is my own property. I might really actually learn that because I think that's really important. Because like without that, any code that I write could be like public property. I mean, for now, you guys could like use it to like work and all that stuff. That's it. But I'm gonna like maybe soon have a stream where I just work on learning how to license my stuff and just say that this is already taken type stuff. Okay, the ritual is complete. The code has taken form. The master rest now, but the army remains. Log off and study on your own logic for the next stream. Shall bring minions to life. That does make sense. How did Gemini know, guys? I'm still kind of confused. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go to my main camera. And guys, if I talk kind of funky right now, it's because I'm like really sleepy. There we go. Alright guys, so basically that was pretty much it for the stream. If you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like, helps my algorithm, share, make you smile, and subscribe, click it on top. That's it. I will be streaming for a bit longer, maybe on the weekends, like tomorrow, the after tomorrow, and the day after that, or a few days, or a few other days, depending on when I get back from college and I'm kind of free because I just moved houses as well. So like, I gotta do a lot of unpacking and like arranging things type stuff. A good thing is I have a whole back place right now, so I could go ahead and do my workout streams. Speaking of workout streams, I will be having like a community post soon, I guess today or tomorrow, either one of these days, asking you guys what stream should I have. Should it be like Blender stream, playing Wuthering Waves stream, Genshin Impact stream, or like whatchamacallit, workout stream type stuff? Do let me know what I'm gonna do. That's it. I'll catch you guys next live stream or video. Peace. before I peace out, I did start monetizing on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I will start monetizing on TikTok and Instagram as well. So if you guys do enjoy my content and follow me there, make sure to follow me there. The link is going to be in the description. You guys can get access to my link by typing exclamation Discord in chat and also through my bio. And also make sure to join my Discord server. That's where we talk to you guys, chat with you guys, have general conversations. Make sure to check that out as well. You guys can get access to my Discord through my bio or by typing exclamation Discord in chat, even through the link in the description. That said, I'll catch you guys next live stream or video. Peace. Okay, let's end the stream.